All right. So you've discovered My Dress Up Darling. You decided that Marin is best girl. You're now going to begin cosplaying. And that Gojo, you're rocking with Gojo. Or you've been hearing about this slice of life anime that took the winter anime season by storm. You're curious and you want more information. Don't worry, I've got you. Now, if you just want some info quick and dirty, like, here's a card with some serious information. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you like anime recommendations, recaps, analysis, and more. However, if you want a more saucy series overview, stick with me to the end. Now, with all that being said, just what is My Dress Up Darling? Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
My Dress Up Darling is a series written and illustrated by Shinichi Fukuda. The series follows two main characters who, on paper, couldn't be more different. However, a stroke of fate sees their worlds collide, their interests and passions align, and a friendship is born. Gojo is a textbook case of a guy who keeps to himself and doesn't have many, if any, friends. He's very passionate about his family's business of hinodol crafting and aspires to follow in his grandfather's footsteps to himself become a kashirashi, a hinodol crafter. His passion for and drive to achieve this goal leads him to spend the majority, if not all, of his free time honing his craft, and has left him with a set of skills some would call atypical for a high school guy. He's a skilled tailor and dressmaker who knows the ins and outs of creating garments. From creating detailed fashion design sketches and blueprints, to choosing of various fabrics, to the sewing itself, Gojo knows it all. He's pretty much a Japanese Virgil Abloh in the making. In addition to this, his hinodol pursuits have left him very skilled with makeup and hairstyling as well. Once again, skills some would consider atypical for a high school guy. Having been judged by a childhood friend who ultimately abandoned him for his passions, Gojo keeps all this to himself, content to live life on the fringes of high school social circles. Marin, on the other hand, in many ways couldn't be more different. If I could describe Marin in one word, it'd be wavy, beautiful, stylish, and outgoing with a tight group of friends. Marin is widely liked and admired by the entire student populace, possessing the sort of presence that makes people stop and take notice. The typical popular chick. What's atypical is just how down-to-earth she is despite all of this. And another fact, Marin is a super, and I do mean super, otaku. Anime, gaming, and eroge, Marin generally loves it all to a degree that can even leave her friends scratching their heads sometimes. She's the type of fan that knows her stuff and is always ready to talk the finer points of her favorite characters and series. She's unapologetic about it as well, and her passion is awesome and hilarious to witness. Her love of all things anime, manga, and gaming has led her to develop a secret hobby and goal of her own. Marin wants to begin cosplaying her favorite characters, but although she gives it a shot, she unfortunately lacks the necessary skills to create these outfits. A chance meeting between the two leads Marin to discover Gojo's skills with garment design and creation. Gojo, expecting to be negatively judged once again for this hobby, is pleasantly surprised when Marin not only praises him for his skills, but asks him to create her first cosplay outfit for her. From there, their relationship and journey into the world of cosplay begins, and this hilarious series gets rolling. My Dress Up Darling was first serialized in January of 2018 in Young Gangan magazine, one of a series of manga anthologies in the Gangan line, owned and published by Square Enix. Young Gangan has seen a plethora of popular anime adaptations come from the manga serialized in its publication, with anime like Sekirei and Dimension W being just some of the notable examples. My Dress Up Darling gained traction in a relatively short amount of time, and 3 years later, in April of 2021, it was announced that an anime adaptation had been greenlit and would be produced by Cloverworks. Cloverworks itself is a decorated production house with fan-favorite titles like Fairy Tail, The Promised Neverland, and more under their belt. 2022 would see their success skyrocket, with multiple hit titles like Spy Family and Akebi Sailor Uniform seeing their releases. Debuting in January of 2022, My Dress Up Darling would lead this charge, receiving universal acclaim from both audiences and critics alike. A breakout and smash hit, the series was dubbed the best anime of the winter 2022 anime season and racked up numerous accolades in the Anime Trending Awards, including Anime of the Season, Favorite Male Character with Gojo, Favorite Female Character with Marin, Favorite Supporting Female Character with Juju, Favorite Coupleship with Marin and Gojo, Favorite Ending Theme Song, Favorite Slice of Life Series. And favorite romance series. That's 8, count them 8 awards. My Dress Up Darling really ran the table, with an article on Anime Trending calling the success unprecedented. But what was the reason for this runaway success? In my opinion, the overwhelmingly positive reception the series received is the result of a number of factors. Those being the look of the series, the nuanced themes it explores, the tone of the series, and how genuine and likable the characters and their interactions are. At a foundational level, the series is very, very well made, with the art, animation, and voice acting all being top-notch. As I've stated in other videos, nailing this aspect of a show really allows we the audience to sink our teeth into the story narrative-wise. And please believe that the narrative, the story in My Dress Up Darling shines in a subtle way that even I was surprised by. Now, what do I mean by that? On the surface, My Dress Up Darling appears to simply be a slice of life show with cosplay as the focus. And when you're first hearing about the series, this can initially hide the nuance contained within. But to me, what My Dress Up Darling is truly about is passion. Passion for the things you love and the idea that two people from essentially two separate worlds can form a genuine bond rooted in a mutual appreciation of and affirmation of each other's aspirations. These are the core themes of the series, and to me are what cause it to resonate so well with the audience. My Dress Up Darling is an exploration of dichotomy, and those threads are woven all throughout the narrative. While doing this, it also explores the concept of having tastes and interests that may fly in the face of traditional gender norms. And before I go any further, let me just say that I hesitated to use the phrase flies in the face of traditional gender norms because of the connotation that tends to carry in this day and age, especially here in the West. But in typical Japanese fashion, My Dress Up Darling handles this concept in a nuanced way that isn't preachy at all. Now, once again, what do I mean by that? Let's look at the two main characters. Physically, Gojo is a tall, strong, and broad-shouldered guy whose casual clothing consists of traditional Japanese wear, masculine as can be. This is contrasted by the fact that his passion is hinodol crafting and the skills that come with it, i.e. garment crafting and design, makeup, and hairstyling. These are skills that could and would be considered to lean more to the feminine side. Marin, on the other hand, is beautiful, trendy, extremely popular among the student populace, a complete extrovert, and feminine as can be. This is contrasted by her deep love of and passion for all things anime, manga, and gaming related. She even rocks out to the ecchi and eroge elements. These are interests that traditionally could skew towards a more male demographic. Marin herself addresses this point in a way that was so simple and matter-of-fact that to me and many others truly demonstrates one of the aspects of her personality that make her such a dope person.
好きなものに男とか女とかって関係なくない?
And look, I know we can find plenty of examples of this sort of interest crossover in this day and age, but you get my point. We see all this and something else, something that's truly great. When these two come together, they affirm and show an appreciation for each other's passions. Gojo, at least initially, isn't really into anime and gaming like that, and frankly, is surprised that Marin is.
ゲームに疎いからかな。全然話についていけない。地上部性奴隷。そんな内容のゲーム本当にあるんだろうか。
However, as she introduces him to various anime and game titles, he dives in with gusto. And Marin, upon learning of Gojo's passion for hinodolls and his various skills, embraces him wholeheartedly. She's quick to let him know just how amazing she thinks it is. There's a beautiful duality to these two characters that's brought together in a magnificent manner by the author, and it really makes you root for them. They have a mutual appreciation for each other's hobbies and passions. They generally affirm one another once again, and the others around them. This is one of the key elements of the series thematically. In life, how many times have we witnessed people give up on the things that they love, either for a partner or because they feel they won't be accepted for them? My Dress Up Darling is the other side of the coin, and it presents this mutual understanding and affirmation in a truly fun and humorous way. This is confirmed by the author herself, who in an interview stated that when she was writing the series, she wanted cosplayers or other people with hobbies they were really devoted to, who read it to see Wakana, that's Gojo, and Marin as a boyfriend and girlfriend who affirmed each other as they continued their hobbies. Finally, tone-wise, the series is humorous and playful. managing to easily keep a smile on your face for the majority of its runtime. When you tie all of these factors together, the reason for My Dress Up Darling's success becomes clear as day. Now, with all that being said, what is the status of the manga? How is it performed? And what is the future of the series? The manga is currently ongoing and sits at a total of 9 volumes as of the making of this video. In addition to this, as noted by Crunchyroll, as of June of 2022, the My Dress Up Darling manga currently has more than 7 million copies in circulation, 3.5 million of which were moved after the debut of the anime in January. That's a massive success. There's 1 season of the anime currently, and the second was finally announced recently, which has led to a lot of excitement from the community, myself included. To put it simply, My Dress Up Darling is dope, and if you haven't seen it already, I highly recommend it. I myself had almost passed this one up, and before the end of the first episode, I was very glad that I didn't. But now I want to hear from all of you. What are your thoughts on My Dress Up Darling? And as always, thanks for watching. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more anime recommendations, recaps, and breakdowns. I'll catch you on the next one.